It's been revealed that the health service in Ireland, it's similar to our NHS and it's funded by taxpayers, has spent nearly £100,000 on cosmetic surgeries like facelifts and brow lifts in the past year. And it's not just happening there. Here in the UK, our own NHS has blown tens of millions on similar cosmetic procedures. I mean, we use the word blown there, Lisa. Some would say it's necessary spending. Where do you fall on this?
Well, obviously, I really don't agree when it comes to the word cosmetic surgery, OK? Because what I had done was corrective surgery. And, of course, I'm very, very lucky that I was in a position where I could pay for it myself. But when I was doing a lot of research into my documentary that's coming on next week, I found so many different stories and so many people that kind of were at a loss because they were going to the NHS going, look, I've done all the work, please can you help me?
Yeah.
And they said, well, are you depressed? Because otherwise we won't help you. We won't, you know, have you self-harmed? Well, no, I haven't self-harmed. So again, I won't help you. But they're like, well, look what I've been left with. And I met this girl and then they were advised and so I said, well, what help did they give you? They said, oh, well, go to therapy. So off she went. She went to see the therapist. And this girl was a size 30 and she was now down to a 14 at the time, OK?
So she'd done all the hard work, but
she'd
been left with all this excess skin.
Volumes of skin. She then took the advice and said, right, OK, please, I'll go and see a therapist. And she did. Only the therapist was a size 10, beautiful, stunning, and she just went, I don't know where to go.
Ouch.
She felt inferior. She felt even more lost than she did before. And I said to her, well, what's the next stage for you? And she said, well, it was crowdfunding sites, because there was nothing else for her. And lovely, her community have all come together. They've done coffee mornings, they've done fates, and they've got enough money. They have.
So she's going to have
She's going to have it done.
corrective
She's going to have all the corrective surgery done that she absolutely needs. You know, she's not gone in there and gone, can I have a new pair of bubbas? You know, she's not asked for that. She said, can you correct all this mess for me?
But that's sort of different, I think, to a facelift.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would hate to think, I mean, I've got disabled parents and they're in and out of hospital having operations left, right and centre at the moment. I mean, they're in their late 70s. And I would hate to think that they have to wait longer for an operation when somebody just wants to enhance their boobs. That would really, really annoy me. And they've paid into the system all these years and it would make me really angry.
I mean,
it does make me angry.
The clue's in the title, isn't it? In a way, it has to be a health issue. I know people sort of will say, well, mental health is a health issue and that if somebody doesn't leave the house because they don't think their boobs are big enough, there's ways around it, but it's tricky. It's like anything. There is no infinite amount of money available, and I think every NHS trust has to look at each individual case and say, you know...
And where do you draw the line?
And some would say as well, even, you know, with regards to being larger and then losing the weight, it's your choice to become that size. It's your choice to then lose the weight. Why should I pay for it?
Oh, absolutely. I've been infiltrated. You know this, girls, with people saying, like, you know, why should we pay? Why should we do this? When, of course, as I've had with my mum, who had radiotherapy, had chemotherapy, she needed that medication. And thank you so much, NHS, for helping my mum and giving mum more time on earth. However, I was just like, I can't do anything else. I can't, you know, and these people don't know how to fight back anymore. But there was a lady that I know. She basically had, you know, a problem with her nose. And what happened was, I spoke to her at length. She was falling on purpose, because she couldn't afford it, up a step to damage her nose. Then she could have the problem done. And she was bullied. Everyone called her Streisand. Barbara Streisand, obviously the nose.
She's done all right.
Yeah, she's done great for how she looked. Over and over again, because she just felt that there was no way out and no one could help her anymore.
But isn't there a point there where, in a way, you have to address why? So we say about Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand was told to have a nose job and went, I'm not having a nose job. And look, you know, and you kind of think with that woman, maybe there should be counselling available to sort of say, look, that's what's wrong with your nose? It's the pressure that as women, I think, and men as well, but I think very much more as women, that we put on each other. You know, you can say to your friend, what do you think of my nose? And you can say, it's fine. But once your head and your heart are instinct that you know it, you're going to want to have something done. And now, especially with social media,
media doesn't help.
You know, people say, oh, yeah, well, you could get your nose job. You don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of comments on this, and I would say the overriding sentiment, which is, should facelifts be funded on the NHS, is no.
No.
Absolutely not, unless it's a medical condition, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.